What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and here's my Apple Watch review. After spending 2 weeks with a brand new Apple Watch Sport Edition, I finally can make a video showing you guys what I think about this device, how it fits into my life, and should you buy this fancy new Apple Watch. So I just want to quickly talk about what I like about it, some things that I don't like, and how it fits into my life. Hopefully you guys can relate. So I think one of the biggest mistakes people make when ordering or expecting an Apple Watch is they simply expect too much of it. At its core, it's just a watch. It's supposed to be able to help you tell time. Yeah, Apple's added some extra features in there, and some people just walk away disappointed. This thing not only makes a great watch, it makes a great activity monitor. Very accurate. If you guys are active, I mean, you like to run, you like to go to the gym, this thing tracks your heart rate. It's very useful for keeping yourself in shape. So these are the things that stood out to me after using this for a couple weeks. You can pay on your wrist. Although it takes a little bit of time, it's an awesome option to have in case you forget your wallet at home. You can control music easily. Having Instagram on your wrist, I mean, that's pretty cool. There were times when I was away from my phone, I was in the sauna at the gym, and I was just Instagramming with my phone in my locker. That was a really neat experience. Although every third-party application is watered down, there's not much you can do on it. It's awesome having it there. Apple was really smart with the Apple Watch. Instead of putting a full iPhone onto your wrist, they watered down the experience because you don't want to be staring at your wrist for a long period of time. I mean, it hurts. It's going to get your arm sore. So instead of putting a keyboard, they have quick reply options for messages, which is a really smart thing. Now, if you guys just like to read messages without replying to them always, I'm guilty of this. The Apple Watch is the perfect device for you. You can quickly get a glance of the message, read it, and then choose to reply later on your iPhone. So if you do decide to own an Apple Watch, you'll notice that it does save you a couple seconds here and there, but overall, it's nothing you can't live without. A feature in particular that stood out for me is as a motorcycle rider, the Apple Watch is extremely useful. When I can't look at something to tell me directions, it'll tap me on the wrist where I need to turn. Different haptic feedback for different turns. That's something really neat I'm glad Apple has brought to the Apple Watch. Sometimes the Apple Watch can even get annoying. It'll notify you for everything. Unless you go and filter all the notifications, it'll tell you to stand up. It'll notify you of your emails, of your messages. It can get pretty overwhelming. Now, the Apple Watch as a watch is quite bulky. It's comfortable yet bulky. You'll snag it on clothes. You'll definitely notice that it's there. It's raised on your wrist quite a bit. But overall, of course, you will forget it. The longer you do wear it, it'll just become a second nature to have it there, to look at it and have the information there on your wrist. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, I almost think that Apple kept the specs at a minimum on this one in order to sell more future products for the next generation. The battery capacity, the processor, the speed, the memory size, all were kept down low in order to seem like the next one will be a much bigger upgrade, and that's just my humble opinion. But that's not to say it's not a good step in the right direction. This thing is loaded with health-oriented sensors, the battery life lasts a full day, and it's not overly slow. As long as you don't have 100, 200 applications on it, it'll handle everything you throw at it. Now, some people will buy this for a timepiece, some people will buy it as a fashion accessory, and that's something Apple has heavily marketed it as. If you want to be the coolest kid inside a Starbucks, buy an Apple Watch, come up to the counter and pay for your triple soy latte, venti, half fat, whatever latte with your brand new Apple Watch as people around you judge disapprovingly. Now, I hope this gets better, but I've noticed that the Apple Watch can be slow in some cases. I mean, checking the weather would be so much faster on my iPhone than doing it on the Apple Watch. Sometimes it takes so long to load. I could have taken out my iPhone and done it twice in the time it took to load, and that goes for Apple Pay sometimes too. It takes a while to load. It's quite slow at times. Now, there's a lot I don't like about the Apple Watch, but I'm going to keep this review on a positive note. Now, after using this guy for a while, you'll get a good general impression of it. It's nice. It's got a lot of tricks up its sleeve, but it begs the question, do you need one? Is it required? I mean, should you buy one? This thing really doesn't serve any greater purpose than telling time. Anything else is extra because at its core, it's a timepiece. Anything else Apple decides to throw in it, it's an extra feature. So if you guys do decide to pick one up, my advice to you is pick the sport model. Anything above that is a waste of money. Yeah, it looks nice, but it serves the same purpose as the sport model. There's no feature differences between the base sport model and the gold version besides the material. Also, keep your standards low. It's nice. It's a timepiece. It looks good, but beyond that, it really doesn't add much to your life yet. It will get better with time, of course, with the next generation, with softer updates, but at the moment, this thing is kind of buggy. It's a little bit slow. I mean, it does have its quirks, but keep your standards low. With time, you'll start to notice a couple things that it does help you with. For everybody, it's going to be a little bit different. For me on my motorcycle, that was a really cool feature, but for you in your life, there could be a completely different thing that would surprise you. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you will get one, like I said, keep your standards low. It will surprise you in little ways. Overall, it's a beautiful device. Hopefully, I gave you an idea of whether or not you want one and if it will fit in your life. Have a great day. Peace.